Hello, love loves. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honesty Sis newsletter, and I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives. A little bit about me: I do not just use the tarot; I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne the God, it will not stop me. All right, guys. Angel number 21. Let's get into it. God, what message is? Make sure you check out the description box below. There are always additional information, guidance, as well as information about honestysis.com. Angel number 30. So God is saying the message that came out is exploration and flexibility. I feel like God is saying that right now you are currently in a time of exploration. And when you think about exploration, that's like you just exploring different paths. You're just exploring. Yeah, I guess it is. You know what? Let's see. What's the definition of exploration? An action of traveling in or through an unfamiliar area or in order to learn about it. So I feel like what God is trying to say is that right now, you are currently in this exploration period of your life. You're in this period of where you are learning to become the master of your life. You're learning how to really, truly, and when I say the master of your life or the alchemist of your life, you're really just learning how to consciously create. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's like you have came with this awareness that, yes, I am a spiritual being having a spiritual experience. I have this power to create my own reality. And so now you are trying to learn how to harness that power. You're learning how to really how to really bring those visions to light. And what God is saying, in order to become the alchemist of your life, in order to really help create a new reality, to help shift your timeline. So say if you're in a job that you don't really like, but you want to be, if say you're like me, you want to be a writer, you want to be a director, then in order to get from being an accountant to becoming a writer director, you're in this period of exploration. You're currently navigating how to get there. And what God is saying, in order for it to happen, you have to be flexible. You have to be flexible in your approach. Angel number 223, you have to be flexible in your mind. You have to be open-minded. You can't, in order to have something that you never had before, you have to do what you've never done before. So the mindset that you had to create a problem is not going to be the same mindset that you have to solve a problem, right? You have to evolve. And in order to evolve, God is saying you're going to have to be flexible. You're going to have to know that you're not always going to be right. You're going to have to know that you're not going to always know what to do. One thing that I really loved about Lovecraft, the episode 7, I Am, when Penelope, what the hell? Who name is that? But anyways, with Hippolyta, when she was able to transition to, when she was able to name and call herself everything, it wasn't like she was able to just pop up in Josephine Baker's show and she knew the moves already. It wasn't like she was able to pop into the warrior thing and she automatically knew how to fight. No, she had to learn how to do that. She had to learn how to become one of those dancers. She had to learn how to become a warrior. She had to go through this process of exploration. Like the beautiful thing in her flexibility, look at that. This is Angel like bending forward. You may have to bend back. God is saying you're going to have to do things that you have not done before. You have to come out of your comfort zone. Angel number 350. And so Hippolyta was, why did Penelope keep, who the fuck? Anyway, Hippolyta, it wasn't like she became a warrior and she was just like, oh, why fucking not? Why am I automatically not good? Like she was flexible. She's like, okay. In order for this machine to work, I don't just get to name myself everything. I have to learn how to become that. And I feel like that's what God is saying for you. You have to learn. You have to allow yourself to go through this period to become who you want to be. And in order to become who you want to be, you have to be flexible in your approach. You don't have all the information. You can't keep walking around like you do have all of the information. Yes, we know that our crown is bought and paid for, but we also have to know that at the same time, the mindset that we had in the past is not going to get us to where we need to be, right? Because it didn't work before, right? Because if it worked before, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in now, correct? All right. So, God, clarify this message of exploration and flexibility. What are you trying to get us to understand today about being flexible in our approach to realizing our dreams? Just make it as plain as possible. Last shuffle. Had to bring back out the old girls. Okay. Oh, these just upside down. Come on, God. God is so crazy. I love God. I just love God. Subconsciously, this is where you are. You are at this place of where, oh my God. Where are you trying to go now? Right now, you're just in this place where you're like, you're crying over spilled milk. You're thinking about all the things that you had to let go on your journey, all the people you lost. You're like, oh my God, I've been doing all this work and I ain't got no man no more and I ain't got no friends no more and I don't do anything. Like, oh my God, like I'm doing all this changing and all this growth and I'm not getting anywhere. But God is saying, yes, you are. If only you would stop focusing all the shit you off. If only you would just unfold your hands and stop focusing on where you've been. This is the thing. Our past only got information. Your past is only good to let you know how you got to where you are. Once you got that information, ain't shit else back there for you. Ain't shit else back there. And see, you're focusing on the past when you're not even seeing the cup. You're so focused on these cups not being what you want. You not being where you think that you're supposed to be. I've been working on this for 7 years. And I still ain't got this. I'm still an accountant. I'm still this. Well, bitch, you've been negative for 20. Okay? Like, give yourself some time. Like, yo, we be so hard on ourselves. And we gotta stop it. God is saying, if only you would change your approach, if only you would just recognize this, that you're on your path, if only you would just know that everything is working in your favor, you will see that I'm trying to give you a cup. You will see that, yeah, you may have spilled over 2 cups. You may have lost 3 cups, but you still got 2 standing up. Changing your mindset to change your focus. Angel number 711. Under the reason why he's trying to get you to be flexible, the Page of Cups, so that you can have this unexpected. Every time I see this card, I see unexpected blessing. Blessings from unexpected places. As you trust your emotions, as you become more confident with standing in your power, you can follow your intuition and get those blessings and get that nourishment from unexpected places. We have a fish from a cup. Look at that. Is that same cup that God was trying to give to us? What God is saying is, because you're so focused on life not being how you want it to be, you're not even getting the blessing that God is trying to give to you. That's the problem. We're complaining about, I want life to stay the same. I want life to go back to normal. I want the world to open back up. But you don't even recognize that the shit that you was praying for, because you were talking about, I'm tired of going into the office. I'm tired of talking about people about their badass kids. Now you get to be at home all the time and you complaining about it. Angel number 820. Change your focus. God, what is a tool that you have for us to use in order to navigate this period of exploration? How can we stop focusing on the past? Ooh. Sorry. Sorry. God, how can we stop focusing on the past so that we can get to where we need to go? Like, how can we stop focusing on the things that we lost and things not being how we want so that we can get the blessing that you are trying to put on our lives? How can we just change our attitude and change our focus? How can we become the empress? How can we become someone knowing that we're capable and we're worthy of birthing new life and new realities into the world? God, give us one card, make it as plain as possible. One card. I can pivot under any and all conditions. Look at God saying, you got the power. Sleep hypnosis tracks. Every time I see this card, I say sleep hypnosis tracks, morning pages. My routine helps like a baby. All right. You have the ability to pivot under any and all conditions, but most of you are habitual in nature. Your patterns are so well entrenched that at times the fastest path for you to Your patterns are so well entrenched that at times the fastest path to you, excuse me, you have the ability to pivot under any and all conditions, but most of you are habitual in nature, and your patterns are so well entrenched that at times the fastest path to the joy you seek is for you to take your pivot as you sleep. By reaching for good feeling thoughts before you go to sleep, then experiencing the benefit of a quiet mind that occurs while you sleep, then upon awakening, immediately turning to good feeling thoughts, you can accomplish the ultimate pivoting experience. And so remember when Oprah was talking about doing those gratitude things at night, she was saying every night she will, write 5 things that she was grateful for. That is pretty much that technique. Because what God is trying to get you to understand is, remember, we're vibrational beings. So if you have had a fucked up day, right, and you have not done anything to stop that fucked up day from like just ceasing to end that day, it'll bleed over and it'll just keep going. Have you ever woke up mad? Woke up anxious because that night before, you went to sleep thinking about something, woke up about it? That's what God is trying to get you to understand. If you had a fucked up day, it's the same thing of if I am feeling good, I am like if you're having a fucked up day, then you got to know that you're not getting yourself any closer to your path. If you feeling bad, you got to know you're not getting yourself any closer. So what God is saying, instead of constantly allowing yourself to just keep working in that frequency of frustration and depression and madness, what God is saying is every night you just take a moment to what I like to do is I don't really do I don't do the gratitude thing, but I like to just like purge all that shit off my mind. So I do it in the morning and I do it at night. And sometimes I'll talk about like what was good, what worked out today, what I'm happy about today. It could be whatever you want, but the thing is you need to end your day on a better note than how you started. If you can start doing that, even if you don't, even if you don't do that every single day, like if you just get to the habit of doing that throughout your week. So say this is how you're going to get through your work week. You're going to every single night, you're going to, summarize your day. What could have been better? What could have been worse? What you hope for tomorrow? Go to sleep. It can be 3 sentences, 5 sentences. But what God is trying to get you to understanding is that you have to find a way to stop your vibration from going in the wrong direction. Like you want to start, you got to swing it in the other direction. The other thing is for some of you guys that are, you don't like meditating, you don't like, just sitting there doing that. Again, sleep hypnosis tracks here right on the YouTube. You can do stuff like, letting go of your past, manifesting your best life, reprogramming your mind for money habits, reprogramming your mind for I literally just DJ my shit. Like, okay, I need to work on being jealous. I need to work on my codependency. And like, I honestly have started to feel that sometimes before in my mind, I used to have like, if something happened, I'm like, oh, you're so stupid or you so this. And it's like, I don't do that anymore. Like, I'm like way more calm to myself. Like, oh, that was silly, or you could have did this. Like, it's like, I have noticed that my attitude towards myself and the way that I think, it has totally changed. And so that comes from that process of learning how to pivot. And the last thing that this card is saying is that when you wake up in the morning, again, turning your focus on something good. So whether that is you doing your morning pages, whether that's you doing some gratitude pages, or whether you're just reading a daily devotional, what you want to do is it's all about energy, right? You always want to put yourself, you want to end your note on a high note and you want to start your day on a high note. Okay? Energy management. Let's get you guys one card and we're going to get on out of here. I'm actually going to go right back to the Sacred Rebel. All right, God, give us a card to clarify this message of exploration and being flexible. God, what do you want us to understand about being able to pivot under any and all conditions in this period of exploration? God, how do we get to our dreams and stop focusing on our past so that we can get where we need to go? God, just give us a word. Also, God said here, angel number 1420, I can have money and freedom too. A feeling of being overwhelmed is an indicator that you are denying yourself access to the manner of cooperation that could assist you if you were not disallowing it. As you begin to feel freer regarding the expenditures of time and money, doors will open, people will come to assist you, refreshing and productive ideas will occur to you, and circumstances and event will unfold. As you change the way you feel, you access the energy that creates the worlds, and it is ready for you at all access. So that's what God is trying to get you to understand. Your feelings. Your feelings, your emotions, like that is an indicator of where you are on a vibrational scale. That is, if you ever want to know, am I getting closer to my goals? Ask yourself how you've been feeling. You know how you've been feeling about your life, and that'll give you a clear example. God is saying when you start feeling like I'm in the right place at the right time, when you start feeling like I can have every single thing that I want, when you start walking and moving in a way that, you know, blessings will come to me, you know, miracles are my birthright, birthing realities, being a creator is my birthright. When you start carrying yourself that way, then different situations and circumstances, manifestations, that's how things come into your life. It's not magic. It's just magic. It's not magic. It's just energy management, period. All right, God, one card to clarify this message of learning how to pivot under any and all conditions, knowing that we can have money and freedom too. How can we sync up with our emotions to get to those blessings and help us on our path to life, God? Make it as plain as possible. One card only. I'm going to do one shuffle if you want to have something pop out. One card only. If not, thank you. Ooh, shock of new. This is a new card. Angel number 1620 with the Sacred Fool. Sacred Fool came out again. And so I'm actually going to focus on the Sacred Fool this time around. I feel like what God is saying, the reason why he's wanting you to go through this process of learning how to pivot under all conditions, why he wants you to start doing those sleep hypnosis tracks or, you know, nightly pages, whatever you need to do. The reason why he wants you to understand the reason why he wants you to understand how to manage your energy is so that you can have a shock anew, so that something new can birth into your life. Remember, we had this unexpected blessing. So again, he's saying change your mind state, change the way that you look and go about things, and then you can birth a new reality. And that's what he's trying to ultimately get for you. But we're going to focus on right now is this beautiful Sacred Fool, angel number 40. And it reads, with legacy of light underneath. Oops. All right. Angel number 1722. This is a great rebel. Let's start over. The Fool is a great rebel, able to fall convention and tell the truth without restraint. Your heart is a wonderful, powerful, sacred fool. It cares not for the right way of doing things. It cares not for what the mind says is real and not real. It lives according to an inner wisdom that cannot be dictated or controlled by anything else. It loves, it lives, and it is what it is. The oracle heeds a time, now or intimate, when you will feel inspired, alive, and passionate for what you can offer to the world. It says to you, don't try to be appropriate. Don't try to be socially acceptable and worry about what others may think about what you are doing. Just be. If you want to wear a mad hat whilst doing it, so fine. The sacred fool in you is willing you to leave behind what has been because it no longer feels right to stay attached to it. The sacred fool in you, I'm going to read that over. The sacred fool in you is willing to leave behind what has been because it no longer feels right to stay attached to it. The sacred fool in you trusts life completely. It would never occur to this part of you to try and outsmart life or resist its flow. It recognizes that the mind is a monkey puppet on strings. More often than not, it is cajoled into fear when it could be playfully dwelling in the radical spontaneity of life. So the sacred fool in you urges your mind to let itself be pulled into joy by your heartstrings and not into fear or doubt by the controlling machines of mass media. Damn, I never knew that card said that. 1904. This oracle brings you a message. It is time for you to play. It's time for you to let life happen in a completely unreserved, unscripted way. The more bizarre, left field, unexpected, and apparently ridiculous, the better. This might not feel safe or appropriate at first. That is okay. This is good, actually. It is a sign that you are breaking with your own self-imposed conventions. It is time to move beyond them now because a bigger life adventure is calling to you. This is wonderful news. It is the desire of life to cooperate more radically through you so that you can become the conduit through which miracles and crazy wild synchronicities can occur. Here, catch the T, baby. This is what my AP said. Catch these universal T's. Here he says, this is wonderful news. It is the desire of life to let me calm down. This is wonderful news. It is the desire of life to operate more radically through you so that you can become the conduit through which miracles and crazy wild synchronicities can occur. You are more electric. You are more plugged into the apparent randomness of life. Apparent because there is a refined intelligence behind it all. The Sacred Fools goes with this without having to understand any of it, which is good. Trying to access even one genius glimpse of life, a phantom genius, would probably make one head explode. As you take this journey, you may find that people around you are challenged. You might unintentionally cause them to rethink the way they live their lives. They may question whether the way they are living is the only way for them or even the best way. At first, they may react rather than take responsibility. The sacred fool in you doesn't engage with this. It is what it is, and it rises and falls as it will. It doesn't stop you from your merry dance of unconventional being. If you find yourself making choices that have others questioning your sanity, then you're on the right course. You may feel that you are quite possibly going insane, but you are not crazy. You are just approaching enlightened awareness. I'm going to read that because I feel like somebody need to hear that. Angel number 2117. If you find yourself making choices that have others questioning your sanity, then you are on the right track. You may feel that you are quite possibly going insane, but you are not crazy. You are just approaching enlightened awareness. There is a moment, sometimes a rather long one, when we wake up to life, shed our attachments to mass media, mass opinion, and float into a completely different state of being. We might find that no one is really able to understand or connect with us to the point that we question our state of mind. Stay with that. It will pass. You will eventually see that you are becoming sane in an insane world. The tables will turn and you will gain greater inner freedom and creative justice. Stay on your path. Stay on the journey. Remember to take nothing too seriously and it will all work out perfectly. When I read that part where it says you are becoming sane in an insane world, I immediately flashed to the shit that happened down at the Capitol, and that was the moment when I realized, fuck y'all, I don't want to live in this reality with y'all. I don't want this to be my norm, and this will not be my norm. And if you've been feeling that way, if you have been looking at the ways of the world, looking at the ways of this country, and you just feel like it's bullshit, this is not how it's supposed to go, God is telling you, thank you, keep being on that path. Now take that next step, be the sacred fool, walk your path, do what you need to do to become the sacred fool in your life. All right, y'all, here's a healing message. Put your hand on your heart and touch agree with me on this. Angel number 23. I call on the sacred fool of unconditional love. Please help me access your lightness of spirit, your wisdom, and your ability to exist in the heart of truth, to be powerful without becoming attached to or obsessed by power. I honor your vision. May I see and know so truly and be free. I choose of my own free will to give myself absolute permission to just be myself, now and always. Through unconditional love, mercy, and compassion, so be it. I call on the sacred fool of unconditional love. Please help me access your lightness of spirit, your wisdom, and your ability to exist in the heart of truth, to be powerful without becoming attached to or obsessed by power. I honor your vision. May I see and know so truly and be free. I choose of my own free will to give myself absolute permission to just be myself now and always. Through unconditional love, mercy, and compassion, so be it. I call on the sacred fool of unconditional love. Please help me access the lightness of spirit, your wisdom, and your ability to exist in the heart of truth, to be powerful without becoming attached to or obsessed by power. I honor your vision. May I see and know so truly and be free. I choose of my own free will to give myself absolute permission to just be myself now and always. Through unconditional love, mercy, and compassion. So be it. Ashe. Y'all, that's all the messages I have for you. If it was beneficial for you, please give me your key takeaways down below, or at least give me a thumbs up. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Mwah. Namaste. Take care, y'all.